Paying attention, Matt?
We're taking the old engine out, putting the new engine in. Is this your first FOXBODY engine swap too, Della?
Yeah.
I broke some stuff. O2 sensors, ignition module, hoses. Hello and welcome to Gearhead 704. I'm Matt, and today we are doing what I've been waiting for a long time. We are taking this engine right here. I talked about it in the last video, but this is heads, cam, intake, trick flow, all good to go, and I'm putting it in that car right there. That's my Tar Heel Fox. I'm a big Carolina fan. That's why this shirt's Carolina blue. And today's Halloween, but this is how I'm spending my Halloween. I hope you guys had a good Halloween, but yeah, I'm super pumped today. We're taking the old engine out, putting the new engine in, cranking it up. So let's see how far we can get. I do a lot of how-tos on the channel, but I'm not going to today. Today, I'm just going full out to get the engine in the car. It should be good, right? I talked the reasons why I'm doing this in the last video, so if you missed that, I will leave a link down in the description below so you can check that out if you want to know why. But today we're just doing it. I said it like 13 times in my last video, I think. I'm excited. I'm very excited today, so we're about to prep, and we're also gonna see how long it takes. There is one thing I wanna do first before I kick this off though. I wanna kinda hear the last startup of the 331 stroker, get that last sound here on camera because obviously that engine's not gonna be in this car for a while. Going with a whole different cam setup, all that kind of stuff. Also, I'm doing this at Fox Mustang Restoration. In case you didn't know, that's where I've been working on the whole project. Matt is here today. He's gonna be guiding me through all the steps. I think he's done this probably like, how many times have you done this, Matt?
A couple.
Yeah, he's done this a lot. So you'll see him later today. Also, Della is helping out today. She works here as well, and she came in to help us so we can get this done in a timely manner. Let's go ahead and get the last, I guess, cold start on the 331 and Tar Heel Fox. It will be the last time, so here we go. Well, it actually doesn't sound too good, does it? It started to be running worse, and you can see it surging and stuff. Matt thinks maybe the O2 sensors are fouled, which makes sense because I've been blowing oil past them. They're probably fouled. So anyway, the last startup wasn't so good. But yeah, let's hear what the new startup is like, hopefully later today. Right now, we're gonna go ahead, start cracking. With any project, we do have some new parts today. I wanna highlight those real quick before we jump into it. On this side, we have all the parts that I'm gonna need that Fox Mustang Restoration does not sell. So we got our Freon, our R134A, antifreeze, oil, of course, got to go with the FL1A, right? New clutch fork, which this is pretty cool. This one's actually balanced. I guess it's for the 94 and up cars. It's Ford, of course. Got all Ford parts when we can. I covered these two last time, just throwout bearing, water sending unit. Got flywheel bolts for the clutch. On this side, I actually have everything the FMR does sell. We've got new O2 sensors. This is, you probably saw these recently if you caught the upload I did on replacing the evaporator, but these are O-rings for the AC system. We've got a new ignition module that's gonna go on the distributor. Had not put one of those on yet, so that's Ford, of course, there. The push pins for the bumper. I've got a new air deflector and new hoses because mine are all original. So we got new hoses here and of course, new O2 harness. So nice list of parts there. I gotta unbox them. Also, I'm gonna go ahead and start tearing this stuff down, get like everything disconnected here. I gotta disconnect the part of the air induction system, some of the battery cables, all this stuff. So gonna go ahead and start doing that, pull the engine out. All right, made a little bit of progress here. About ready to drop the engine. In case you don't know, that's the way we do it here. This is the third engine we've had taken out of a car in this shop, and that's the way Matt likes to do it. That's the way Ford did it, so we drop it from the bottom. It's pretty easy. I've been involved in the other two, and actually, I've never done it the other way, but this is pretty easy for me. So that's what we're doing again today. Like you saw, Della is helping us now, and we had to take off the upper intake. The reason why is just some of the harness wires and stuff were getting stuck. So that's why we took up the GT40 intake, took it off the top. Yeah, but here's a GT40. I don't know what I'm gonna end up using this on. I doubt when I go to a stroker, I'm gonna use it. I don't know, we'll see. Maybe, but I'm probably gonna go with a better flowing intake. Anyway, enough for this little break. Back to the action. All right, so Della's doing this side first so I can learn. Matt just instructed her. I didn't know the rotors actually had to come off, but it makes sense.
It's because we gotta decompress the spring to take the K-member out.
Is this your first Fox body engine swap too, Della?
Yeah.
All right, we're doing this together. She's gonna make me look bad as usual.
So grab those side cutters right there. Paying attention, Matt?
Yeah, I'm watching really closely.
Right,
if not, I'll rewatch this video in a
What
second.
you do first, you see that little tab right there?
See, this is how I learn, guys. I video it and then,
Straighten
oh,
it
I should be
down.
quiet. He's talking. So Della got this side off, guys, got the rotor off. I didn't mention this on camera, but the reason why is we have to be able to decompress the spring to drop the K-member. So she got this side. I kind of watched, I kind of paid attention. I'm gonna do the other side, and then I think we're about ready to go ahead and drop the K-member. What I did do inside, you saw the car come back down. I had to disconnect the shifter. I forgot to do that. And also we needed the lock nut for the wheel. So it's pretty close. The engine's about to come out. So yeah, let's see if I can get the other side, get the rotor off over there. I'm gonna try it now. Broke it. Okay guys, well, we had a little bit of trouble getting the sway bar off here. We did get it off. The reason why I didn't have this problem with the last couple cars we did over here because they weren't all factory like this one, and this ran into all factory problem, right Matt?
Yeah, for the sway bar, what holds the sway bar brackets in, the U-shaped ones for the actual sway bar itself, you've got like a little bracket that's got two nuts in it, and that's what the two sway bar bolts go into. But when it's factory, what happens is Ford makes those brackets out of plastic, and they get a nut, they put a nut in a mold, and they inject plastic over it. At the age of these cars, they all blow apart.
Yeah.
So at that point you would think, all right, let me just put a socket on the top of the nut. That doesn't work either, because if you see here, this nut has been pinged over and creates little notches, and that's what they're using to keep the nut to stop spinning inside the mold, or to help retain it a little bit better. But because of that, you can't fit a socket over it. So at that point, you got to get in there, wiggle in there with a pair of pliers to hold the nut, and then take the bolt out. And then obviously when we put new stuff back in, we'll just get a standard nut that doesn't have that, and it'll work normally. Yeah, but that right there, on a factory sway bar bracket that's never been off, you're never gonna get it with the socket on the top. You're gonna have to grab it with a pair of pliers after you bust the plastic cage apart.
Cool, yeah, so that's a good tip. Like I said, we weren't gonna do a ton of how-to today. As you can see, if you made it this far in the video, lots of time lapse. But this is something we had not run into before, and we may not run into again for a while, you know, at least not on my cars, right? Because this is the first time the K-member's been out of the car on this one. So I just want to throw that little helpful tip in there for you, because if Matt wasn't here, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't have figured that out. Well, then again, I don't have a lift, so I wouldn't be all right, well, we won't worry about that. Anyway, back to the time lapse. The engine is almost out of the car, almost, and Della's been killing it. And yeah, on my side, I broke some stuff. Yeah, we'll get to that later. If you just saw this in the time lapse, I was disconnecting the fuel lines and I was gonna try to redeem myself. Matt's like, try to redeem yourself this time. Oh. And I did great on the first one. We're halfway there, Matt. We're halfway there. And then, yeah, I'll slow-mo it. Yeah, I got myself again. But luckily I was wearing these. Always safety. You never know when something like fuel is gonna spray at your face. Okay, we just unbolted the K-member. That's what you saw there. This is actually like the third time I did it, and I really did find the K-member bolt on my own. Matt can admit to it, didn't I?
First time.
Yeah, so when you do this 3 times, you get kind of used to it, so I'm learning here. So anyway, right now it's about to come out of the car, and I'm pretty happy to get this engine out of here. So back to the fun time lapse. Also, Della's never seen this before, so first time. All right, boys and girls, we are out. Got a little bit of a fluid leak at the bottom. We just ran out of the transmission back there, but she is out. We are one step closer. So let's see how far we're in. I've been keeping track of time today, guys, so just to let you know now. It'll probably go faster for you at home, especially if you have a lift, because Matt's, been letting me do work. All right, so we're about 3.5 hours in to get to this point, so not too bad. Definitely could have been a little bit quicker, but we're taking our time videoing. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and end this one here. I'm gonna end it here, I know. For me, the day is gonna continue. For you, you will see what happens with the next upload. We're gonna go ahead, get the engine, everything disassembled. Then we're gonna get the new engine, connect everything back up, and then drop it in the car. So stay tuned for that. That's gonna be on the next video. But yeah, so we got the engine out. If you wanna know what the steps are to do this, I know I didn't really cover that today. I kind of went very quickly. I have covered it in a previous video. We went a little bit more step by step. So I will leave that video link down in the description below. But anyway, that's it for this one. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit the like button. If you're stopping in for the first time, you want to see what happens, right? It's a cliffhanger. Da, da, da. Please subscribe, and we'll see you here next time on Gearhead 704. If you enjoyed this one, oh, let me back up real quick. I forgot to say something. If you do want to, okay. This is a 306. This is a 306. It's sexy time, yeah. Already starting. Okay, here we go.